a very, 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 very good evening and welcome to another Whiskey Wednesday. Proudly sponsored by nobody. Cheers everyone. Let's open this bottle up. To all you lovely Whiskey Wednesday fans and whiskey lovers. I have had a couple of this week. I broke my rule. I had a couple while I was cooking. But hey ho. Anyway, how you all doing? Cheers everybody. Cheers. Shiny mate, you're posting again. It's really cool to watch your videos. Shiny Precious Metals, check him out. Lovely guy over in Northern Ireland now. Very honest and sincere guy, I believe, which is super cool. So yeah, welcome to Whiskey Wednesday. Anyone that hasn't seen this before, what we always do traditionally at the beginning, we have a little look around my backdrop, because it does change. I've added a few little pieces up there, but not a lot. But it's very well supported. Anyone that sent me anything is obviously on my backdrop. So we've got Cobra Stacker's Corner down here, which is really cool. Got a piece from Backyard Bullion. He hasn't sent me that. There's an interesting piece from Backyard Bullion on Cobra. I don't know if anyone remembers this. On one of Cobra's auctions, Backyard Bullion actually made that, and I think he made two, and I think it was the first time he made anything live on YouTube. So that's quite a nice piece to have, regardless of what you think about anyone or anything. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice to have in my backdrop. Love it, love it, love it, love it. We've got a bit of Daft Precious Metals down there, a bit of Silas Sandman Caduce leather products, which I won, which is really cool. We've got Daft, Nerd UK, Blistering Barnacles, Stephen, Stack Collector, Stacker Social, 365. Anyone heard of 365? I've never heard of him actually. I don't think anyone knows of him. I think he's quite a popular guy. I might have to look up his channel, but anyway, he sent me something. Ha ha ha. CY Sterling, APM, Addicted to Precious Metals, and Cobra Stacker. APM, what's going on, dude? I ain't seen you for ages. Hope you're well, dude. Jim from over in Ausland sent me that. Then we've got a bit of the Stack Collector, and we've got all sorts of poker chips and everything there. Stack Collector's poker chip, Blistering Barnacles, Scott Silver. Oh god, Scott Silver stickers up here. Look, sorry mate, forgot about you. Yeah, oh, it's just so many. 365, if you've ever heard of him. This is 365's Corner. I've added a few more pieces of copper. Does anyone recognise what I've added? If you get it right, answer at the end of this video, and this to see how flipping aware you are, whether you bother watching it all or not. Good little game we can play there. Who else there? Yeah, we've got Camel Finance sitting there. Great source of information is Camel, which is really cool. Yeah, I'm lucky. My backdrop is, it's just getting unbelievably cool, and I'm thinking of building a, what do you reckon? I'm going to put like a shelf system up the end, but make it go up a bit on that end, and on this end I'm going to build a little shelf system. Get rid of my boat. Need to move that. I might build it over the top, but yeah, we can make something go bigger, and maybe we could make a shelf system to go across the back. I don't know. I'll have to get a bit creative over the next week or two. So that's the intro to Whiskey Wednesday. I really do appreciate everything. that people send me. I really do. I don't want anyone to send me anything, but you do, and I appreciate it all the same, which is excellent. I said too much. I'm struggling this week. I've really come over with a blank mind. No surprise to some people, maybe. And all the time I was clearing up after tea with my wife. I was having a chat with my family, and I was just sitting there quietly thinking, what am I going to talk about tonight? So sometimes they can be quite different because I've got no big agenda on my mind, which is cool. So what we always do is we have a little run through. The weeks go so flipping quick. It's mad. Absolute mad. So casting my over the last week, back end of last week, after last week's Whiskey Wednesday, not a lot. I haven't done a lot. I've been working, obviously, but I haven't watched a lot. One thing I've had gnawing at the back of my mind is, like everything, my investment portfolio, and I often maybe get a little bit too obsessive with it all, but I'm often thinking about what my goals are and are they still on track, do I need to change anything, which I have made a bit of a change over the last 7 days, more over the weekend, which is quite interesting. I might talk about it, I don't know. We'll see how tonight goes. But other than that, I think I actually watched through Cobra Stacker's auction last Friday, and it was quite interesting actually, because there were some quite nice pieces on there, and it's always cool to see if people are buying, if they're not buying, because I like to rate that sentiment on how people are doing. That tells me a lot about the economy and the environment that we're living in, especially in the UK. Excuse me, cheers everybody. But I actually bought a few things, which we'll have a look at. I've got some Asahi bars, I think that's how you say it, Asahi bars, some silver bars, and a piece of really nice, oh crikey, an arty piece from the auction, which when I saw it the other week actually, I thought, that's really nice, and if it's at a reasonable price I'll go for it. But yeah, getting back to the auction, from what I saw, it was, well, as he really has quite a few people turn up, which is really cool, from all different sectors of the planet, obviously mainly in the UK, and obviously a few people from abroad. So it's well supported, which is good to see, because I know deep down he puts a lot of work into it, which is really cool. So yeah, I quite enjoyed that. I actually sat on it. I had to stay up that evening anyway to sort my son out. Excuse me, a bit of a yawn there. Sort my son out because he was working quite late. So yeah, I said I would go and get him. So yeah, I was around, but I quite enjoyed it. It was very interesting indeed, and I got a few purchases, especially my assay bars. I think that's how you say it. Got them at a reasonable price, I thought. So yeah, the auction went really well. And then Saturday, Saturday was really cool, because I was host to the first rebranded Two Swigs and a Cig podcast, but it was the last time it was going to appear on this channel. I'm in the process of putting together another channel, which will be solely dedicated to podcasty type setups, which I am dead excited about. I'm getting very frustrated with it all though, because I'm trying to get my head around the tech. Probably been a little bit too perfectiony over it all, but it's so time consuming, it's crazy, producing branding images and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm slowly putting that together, and I'm dead excited about getting that out there, but it will take me a little while. But the actual recording was great fun. There were some amazing topics spoken about, topics that sometimes we like to talk about, but we don't publicly. And I'm really proud that I can hopefully produce a space where anyone can come on, and I can have interview type setups with anyone that wants to come on going forward, and they can feel totally safe and not feel that they're going to be prejudged. What's said in the comments afterwards, totally different kettle of fish. But you know, initially, I'm not going to judge anyone. I just want everyone to be free and happy to chat about their stories or whatever. But the actual two swigs and I keep saying 2 cigs and a swig, 2 swigs and a cig. Video was just amazing, and it's out, and it's pinned on my channel at the moment. So had some amazing feedback, which I do, and that keeps me going, which is fantastic. So I've got to thank Camel Finance for giving up his time, and Cobra Stacker for giving up his time, especially as he done his auction and didn't hardly have any sleep from the night before. But yeah, they both enjoy it. Yeah, some really interesting subjects talked about. I highly recommend, if you're into that little bit of out there, talk about what you want to talk about, controversial or not, conspiracy or not. Yeah, some interesting stuff being said. And judging by the feedback, you love it, which is cool. Really pleased about that. And then the rest of the day, did I watch anything in the evening? I normally watch. No, I don't. I don't normally watch it at all. I know the Stack Collector does his Saturday Stack Chat on a Saturday evening, and I normally watch it on a Sunday morning. But I had two of the young guys on, a KYH, I think that's right. And I'm gonna. This is terrible. Small stack bullion, maybe. Hopefully that's right. They were on it. I haven't watched it. I did watch it. Well, I just lied. I did listen to a little bit on Sunday morning. It wasn't one of those that really got me going. It always seems like I'll give the Stack Collector his due. He's a very patient guy, and I love what he's doing. I really do. I think the guy is so authentic, consistent. He drops a massive model of consistency in doing what he wants to do, and I am such a great admirer of anyone that does that. Don't necessarily want to agree, do agree. I do agree, and I agree a lot. It's so cool. Ultimately, I was talking to him the other day over something, and I just admire what he does. He's dedicated, he's consistent, and he's himself. And anyone that maybe hasn't checked out the Stack Collector, go and check him out. It's really cool. Really cool. I can't say enough about it. He produces, and he's such a giver to the community. He's offered me a lot of help if I want it, which is super cool. He's that sort of guy, really. Very nice. Nice to actually have the privilege to talk to every now and then. And I've had the privilege to be on. I'm hoping he's going to come on my new channel. He said he wanted to. and that's an open invite. I've really got to. I know a few people have said they would like to, and I really need to get back to you, which is something I will do very soon. It's just time, guys. It's just crazy time. It's just having time. It's just mad. Mad, but it's the same for everybody, I know. So yeah, that's the Stat Chat and the Stat Collectors channel. 365. Oh God, man. Oh, and I must say, I noticed tonight that the Stat Collector has gone over a milestone of 1,000 subscribers, which to many, and I get it, to many that is a big milestone. It's really difficult to get 100, or I think it is. But yeah, to get up to that 1,000 mark, he's been hovering around there for ages now, and he's busted through it, which is really cool. Yeah, so that's a great goal, and he's got there. Well done, mate. Much, yeah, big pat on the back to you for doing that. That's a great achievement, because I know that's a personal goal that you've achieved. That's really cool. Anyone else? I haven't really. I'm on my note. I religiously watch Camel Finance's content, but everyone should now know why I watch it. It's pretty big alpha content. Yeah, I not 100% of it doesn't apply to what I'm trying to achieve, but I would say at least 70% does, 78% does. So yeah. Yeah, Camel, thank you very much for being out there and doing your thing. It's super. This is for you, Stephen. It's super cool, which is fantastic. Who else? 365. Oh, I've been a naughty boy, really. I haven't been really watching too much. What's 365 been up to? He's always up to something. Anything at the back of my mind other than busting open Geigers? I love it when you do those sort of things. It's really different. And did you remember to give Stephen that extra money for postage? You naughty boy, I hope you did. Yeah, I don't know really. There's nothing really flashing up to mind. The whole environment seems to be sort of, I don't know if this is the right word or not, stale. And I don't know whether that's because of the environment as generally. It doesn't seem to be as spicy as what it used to be. I can't put my finger on it really. There's a ton of frigging clickbait out there, which is it drives me insane. I don't know about you guys. Some of the stuff I see, you think, oh God, yeah, that looks really cool. Wonder what that means. And you just click on the video, same old same, it's a load of bollocks. Just to get you to click on it so they get their views. That's really frustrating, but other than that, there doesn't seem to be. There's a few creators that, like I've said, they're very consistent, but it doesn't. And I'm just as guilty, really. I don't know whether it's we haven't got time, or we're running out of creativity, or we just can't be bothered, or I don't know. Backyard bullying's going on about. And shout out to Backyard Bullying. I'd like you to come on my new channel, on my podcast channel. That'd be cool. I don't even think you probably even watch these, but I'm going to put it out there in the universe. I'll get in contact with you because that'd be a great chat as well. But yeah, I don't know. He's pretty consistent, I suppose. I don't watch all of his content, but yeah, he's been going on about the Royal Mint. It's really interesting, actually. I did watch a couple of things that he put on. I was just thinking, oh, are you really? No, are you really going to not buy off the Royal Mint anymore? I don't know. let's talk about the Royal Mint. I don't know. I haven't had no dealings with the Royal Mint whatsoever. Never bought anything. The closest I ever got was logging a online account with them, but I've never bought anything with them. Yeah, we all know about the what's it called? Milk spots on the Britannias and bits and pieces. I did a video a little while ago about who's minting who. That's quite an interesting little thought process video. If anyone wants to check it back, where I did a little bit of a dive on, and it was just a little bit of a dive on the Royal Mint and what its background is and what it actually does. It's quite interesting, but I don't know. You know, I get why loads of people are passionate, and it's really cool, and we should have a passion in stuff. But I don't know. Everyone knows. I don't know if you checked out my little story about PowerCoin and the little dilemmas I've had there. They still haven't let me know what's going on. Absolutely nothing at all. And it isn't for the fact that I really would want those two pieces that I ordered last year. I'm willing to, wait. But I mean, is that just? Do the mints know that? Do the suppliers know that? Do the dealers know that? Or is it okay? These guys will buy it anyway because they love us. Fuck me. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That cannot continue forever in a month of Sundays, especially when us peasants start to feel the pinch and not have as much money. So I get why backyard bullion would probably really draw the line on some of the shenanigans that the Royal Mint supposedly are up to. But Jesus, it's one thing I've learned. I ordered something else last week, 2 weeks ago, from another supplier that I've never used before, and I've had to chase him down. And today I've had to chase him down and not threaten them, but insinuate that it's the first time I've used them. I'm not going to mention them yet, but the story will come out. First time I've used them, and yeah, their communication wasn't the best, and it wasn't until I spoke to them again today and said, what's going on? Please, can someone tell me what's going on? I've spent a lot of money with you. It's the first time. I haven't got a lot of confidence. Not having a great deal of success with communications with PowerCoin. Is this just general run of the mill? No one gives a shit anymore. What's going on? Anyway, I had the phone call about half an hour later, and surprise, surprise, the item has been dispatched, and I should get it tomorrow. But look what you have to do. So I get it. How people get frustrated. It isn't. I don't know what's going on. Really weird. Very strange to watch. Indeed. I don't know what's going on. It's almost as if everyone's slowly starting to give up. And I'm not saying that's just such a hypothetical thing to say, but in my little world of what I'm experiencing, and I'm to blame too, I get a little bit down and you think, oh, for God's sake, man. And my big fear is, if we go into this, what I've been going on about for ages, this recessional type time, then that's only going to get worse. And that's worrying. It worries me. But hey ho, what can you do? So yeah, other than that, I haven't watched too much. There's a couple of other guys. Gaudy's. Is it silver and gold? Oh, I'm going to be terrible at this. Let me try and find it to be a bit more professional. Goldie's Gold and Silver. Yeah, he's putting out some nice stuff. His journey, which is really cool. But I'm just flicking through my feed now. 365's doing the normal promoting everybody. I did watch, he promoted a channel today called Simple Stacker. Simple Stacker, if you watch this, I'm mentioning you. And I watched your video, it's pretty cool. You remind me of Scott Silver, actually. You sound a little bit like him. But yeah, really cool. Nice new little journey. I love it. A bit of authenticity coming back in. Some new blood, some new people. And 365's always promoting that, which is really cool. Yeah, that's really cool because it just emphasizes. It just gives me, well, it gives me personally a little bit of a kick up the back and remember, you know, why do I do this and why am I doing that and why am I doing that, and so on and so on and so on. So, yeah, that's really cool. But as a rule, I don't think I'm flicking. As I said, I'm flicking through my feed now, and yeah, it's pretty load of Bitcoin stuff. No surprise there. Small stack bullion. Yeah. No, can't really see much there at all. Nope. Just lots of congratulations to the Stack Collector, quite rightly, for his 1,000 subs. I don't get that. What is it about subscribers? It's quite odd, you know. I know why subscribers is really, really key in the YouTube monetization world, but this is quite interesting. I look at bigger channels, I look at how many subscribers they've got, and then I look at how many views they get as a rule, as an average. Anything that's clickbaity, obviously it pumps up the views, but anything that isn't just if it's just normal standard stuff, there isn't that many views. And I sit there and I think, well, where's all the subscribers? Why don't, and it's like it on my channel as well. And I just think, oh, are people just, is it really, am I missing the point here? Is social media all about attracting people with content that we think that, it's like the advertiser's dream, isn't it? It's trying to think, how can we capture the audience? And maybe most of the content that we put out there doesn't really capture the audience. We have to be a little bit creative with it, which is pretty sad, really, isn't it? Because contrary to that, when you look at people like Joe Rogan, and you look at who's the British guy, Russell Brand, they've got a massive view rate, massive audience, and they don't really clickbait. So it's weird. It's very strange. There's this fine line which I find it fascinating to observe. I really do. But yeah, other than that, not a lot. Not a lot going on. Marketplace. Bitcoin, I've disconnected. I haven't quite disconnected myself. I have disconnected myself from the hype of Bitcoin now. I did. Yeah, it is a first for you. A lot of people probably won't believe this, but I've actually done it. I've sold some Bitcoin this weekend, just gone, and there was a whole purpose for it. There was a really good reason for me to do it, and I'm not going to go into the detail. But yeah, I've sold a fair amount of my position in Bitcoin, which might surprise a few people, but you know, I'm not going to go into the detail of it. But yeah, I did that. I've found that I personally want to balance things off better than what I'm doing. Looking at, that's all I want to say about that at the moment, but I want to be honest. I don't want to deceive anybody, but yes, I did sell up, and not even Cobra knows this. If he's listening to this, when he gets to listen to it, he will find out. But I haven't told anyone. Yeah, I got out of quite a position this weekend, but there was a tactical reason for it, and hopefully it will pay off. But anyway, moving on from there, Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's just like, wow. I'm still a big believer in it. I think it's great. It's going to be something for the future. But it's to me, it's being. I've probably found myself. I don't know how to put this, but I need to put it across properly. I found myself growing up with the asset and seeing it for what it is in the bigger picture of what it is. Well, what do I mean by that? I mean by that is that I've now become patient with the asset, and I'm zooming out on the asset from afar. A lot of people think, what the friggin' hell? It's really difficult because a lot of this is personal and then personal reasons. But I'm probably zooming out on the asset and the way I look at it a little bit more than the in-depth way I've been doing that over the last year or two. And to be honest, I feel really cool about what I'm doing. I feel very comfortable. I'm very lucky. Very comfortable about what I've done. It's put me into a position that I'd wanted to be in, which is good. It's not a bad thing, and it's a relief. I found it a relief because now I'm not giving it the attention, and this is probably what I should do, and probably what a lot of us should do. I'm not giving it the attention of what I probably thought I wanted to give or hope from it. I just want to let it do its thing, and I'm a firm believer it's going to do its thing, but I've got to let that just happen naturally and move on. And that's what I've done for sure. So yeah, I haven't gone into too much detail because I can't, I don't want to. There's a bloody good reason why I don't want to, but to be fair, I don't want to not be upfront and honest. So yeah, I've moved out of a position to a degree with my Bitcoin. So looking at the gold marketplace, yeah, that's took us all a little bit by maybe a surprise, maybe not, over the last month or two. It's it's no big surprise really when you look at the global events of what's going on. But again, I'm not. If I could, I suppose if I was a lot younger, and I would just so throw myself into trading, investing, knowing what I know now, because it's fascinating, it's super cool, and I think if you've got a pretty level-headed, logical mind, you could have a lot of fun in it. But I'm at the wrong end of my life to do that, really. But it's really cool to recognise it and do something about it when you realise that maybe you need to just move on a little bit. But yeah, going back to gold, gold's really interesting. It did have that little jump. Well, a bit of a jump, 20% jump this year, which is fascinating. It's done something which it hasn't done for a very, 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 very long time. So you've got to take note of it. So, but yeah, that's steadied off as well. But I don't know what's going on there either. So I've sort of, I think I'm basically trying to say I'm trying to just let all this obsession of mine in it's a hard lesson for me to learn, really, but it's one that I've got to learn. You're becoming super obsessive over the markets and getting obsessive over what they're doing. And I think over the weekend I sat there and just thought, especially after a chat on two swigs and a cig, I just sat there afterwards and thought, what am I doing? What am I doing? I've done what I need to do. I reposition myself, and then just let the world sort itself out, and not be so obsessive over it. But yeah, gold. What I like about Bitcoin, really, it seems to be gold and Bitcoin seem to be those two assets that are very, very slowly becoming probably a more major player, pardon me, in the global environment. So that's just made me think a little bit more, and adjust my portfolio a little bit. Silver's really fascinating because I've never hidden it. I have a massive affiliation to silver. And I had a little, what's it called? A little sneaky, I don't know, gut feeling, which I go on about at the beginning of the year. And I decided that, I'd have a little mad flex on buying some silver, and I'm really pleased I did. And I haven't stopped really bulking up on that going forward. But it seems like silver's doing pretty well at the moment. It's had that peak that gone up from very quickly from $18 an ounce. Sorry, pounds an ounce, and before I come over, I think it was floating around £25 an ounce today, which is crazy cool, absolutely brilliant. So, but again, I just sit there and I just think, okay, I think I finally just realised that there's not a lot I can do. Make some wise decisions, maybe sit back a little bit, enjoy the creative side of my CPM channel and creating my new podcasty channel, and just let the powers to be sort out what they're going to do. And that's what I've done. Sounds a bit boring, really, doesn't it? But it isn't boring. And I know a lot of people go, oh, you're talking riddles. I probably do, but I think because I don't, I find it very boring. I don't find it boring, that's stupid. But I find it very difficult to have proper conversations and express my views just to a phone and my hands. I really do struggle with it. As much as I like it, and probably a lot of people think, oh God, you seem to chat a lot, but I find it a little bit difficult really chatting about my own personal feelings just when I'm just talking to my phone. I'm going to change this. What's going on? So what's CPM going forward? Well, there's an old adage that I love, and that's something I've forgotten about a little bit for the past couple of years, and I'm going to go back to play hard, work hard, play hard, and I will definitely be on the lookout for building some wealth up, storing it up into this beautiful stuff going forward. Try and find as many ways as I can. These are these assay bars that I got for Cobra's Cobra's auction. Come on, behave yourself. That's better. Well, pretty simple, really reasonably priced. So I picked up 10 of these, which is pretty good. But yeah, this is what I want to do going forward, you know, get back into my stacky self. And to do that, I need to give it some attention and proper thought and proper, you know, going back to the old way of applying yourself, getting out there, grinding, and being sensible, being logical, and what's the saying? There's a saying. Oh crikey, what is it? Something go home. Oh, what is it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe someone knows. They can put it in the comments. It's like go hard or go home, something like that. And I just need to reapply myself back into that way of thinking. My passion of silver collecting has come back on pieces. This Pandora's box piece that was on the Cobra Stackers auction really caught my eye. I was very fortunate to get it. This is the stuff that I really enjoy to collect and look at and store some value in. Now, it's probably not as sensible as buying these, but you've got to enjoy yourself, you know. You've got to find stuff that you're happy to admire. And yeah, I've got too deep. I think I've got myself too deep into the basic ethics of everything, and I'm not really enjoying it too much. I want to get back into that old stacking way. And trust me, I've gone hard recently. What I want to reveal on the channel is what I will reveal, and that's the end of it. But I'm really enjoying that buzz again. Really am, actually, to be fair. Lucky boy, really lucky boy. But yeah, the markets, yeah, they've blown my mind, really. There's so much going on, way beyond my control. You've heard me all talk about the Monopoly board, the chess board, the players, and I think I've possibly, I honestly think, I'm going to do this little finishing bit that few people like. I honestly think that maybe I've just lost the plot a little bit. And I think I've just let myself get a little bit too obsessed with, that's me being honest, a little bit too obsessed with stuff that's probably a little bit out of my control. I love talking about it. I love looking at the ethics and the psychology and everything about it, but I've just watched over the last maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, the change in the environment and the change in sentiment and the change in content and the phone calls that I've had, the people that have messaged me, the type of messages that I've had, the comments that I've had. We're definitely heading for quite a big change, and this is all down to, and I'm pretty convinced it is. This is all down to a big change in what's going on, and it's out of my control. It's probably out of most of us control. Well, it is out of most of us control, and I've just sat there and I've just thought over the weekend, what am I really doing in the position that I'm personally in, and how can I up the ante to make me positive and get the upper hand of a possible situation that could be in front of everybody, so I'm in a better frame of mind to maybe help people, but definitely help myself for sure. So yeah, and then since the weekend I've just decided to, that simple thing, go hard or go home. And yeah, I'm back into doing what I really love doing, and that's really cool. So yeah, that's it. I can't think of anything else that I want to talk about. Sounds like a bit of a downer, but it's not. It's there's one thing in life I always believe in, and sometimes you have to solidly find yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, and I think if you can find that time to be honest with yourself, then it gives you time for your heart to just shout out to you sometimes, for you to actually listen to it, and then all of a sudden things look a little bit different to what they were before. So that's good. Yeah, it's good. Look after yourselves, have a good time. If you can, keep doing what you're doing. Great message that I can put out there from my own personal experience in this, which isn't massive, and that's do what you think is right for you and your circumstances. If you love silver, then go for it. If you love gold, then go for it. If you love anything that you invest in, Bitcoin, crypto, stocks and shares, whatever you like doing, then go for it, and let the chessboard play out, for sure. Look after your money. Money's hard to come by, and it's going to get harder. There is going to be so many things tempted in front of you going forward, and they probably are now. Just be careful. Don't be rash in your decisions, whatever you're doing. Tighten up. And yeah, there's a lot of buggers out there that want your money, and they'll tell you whatever they need to tell you so they can survive. And I think that's just going to become very much more evident as we go through time. It's about survival to a degree, and yeah, I don't want to go there really because it's a bit depressing, but you know what I mean. Everyone should know what I mean. Everyone that even watches this should know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, then you're fucking delusional. Excuse my French, but you are. And if you see nothing, no great need to panic or worry about anything, then you're in a very privileged position, far beyond that I'm in, and probably a lot of people are. So good luck to you, but hey ho. I think the majority of us aren't. So yeah, a weird way to end a Whiskey Wednesday, but this is my mindset. This is what I really love about doing these type of videos. Is you know, it isn't scripted. You know, I could put a scripted video together, and nobody watching would have any idea what I'm truly thinking. And the only way I can truly express myself is to just express it, which may be a little bit weird. Don't know if having a whiskey, but that sometimes can help because it frees your mind up a little bit, as long as you're not being ridiculous. And that keeps it authentic, you know. There's going to be a great advantage for anyone that's creating going forward through difficult times to be authentic. You know, said about the Stat Collectors channel, it's very authentic. It's not hidden. There's no. I'll be honest with you. With the Stat Collectors channel, I don't think I've ever seen, I might be wrong, any clickbaity titles. It's just what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and that's what I want to talk about, which makes it, in my eyes, very authentic. So yeah, I can play games, I can play around with titles easily, absolutely easy, but I don't want to particularly. I might have a play with a new channel. Yeah, probably said too much, rambling on a little bit. I wish you all well. Hope you're all good. There's this Whiskey Wednesday out. Take good care. Hopefully going forward, if time permits. Got my grandson over the weekend. Really looking forward to that. So I'm going to be knackered. Me and my wife are really looking forward to that. We need to be on point for when the whirling wizard comes. Looking forward to that, and got a little bit of a break after that, which would be cool. So hopefully we can get some content out there, back to my creative ways with any luck. But God, this time is just flying by, absolutely flying by. Anyway, wish you all well. Take good care. See you all soon. Bye.